Eurozone countries continuing to pile on more debt. We could talk about recent data showing that France's national debt, for example, has risen to 91% of its GDP. Spain's debt to GDP ratio also is set to rise to 85.3%. Why do these countries continue to pile on debt and at the same time risk a social upheaval, to say the least, by the austerity cuts, by the budget cuts that affect people's pensions, to say the least?
What you have to remember is that we're in a system where essentially all money is debt. Every penny in existence comes from debt. There's a tiny percentage of money which is cash and coins, but almost all money is essentially debt. It's created into existence when a loan is issued. And so in order to grow the economy and continue the Ponzi scheme, I guess you could call it, you have two choices in the economy that we live in today. If you want more money, you have to have more debt. And if you want less debt, then you have to have less money. So we're in this scenario where there's no win-win because money is created as debt. So therefore, in order to continue the economy, if the consumers are all maxed out on their credit cards, then companies have to max out their credit cards. And when companies can't max out their credit cards and consumers can't max out their credit cards, then the government steps in. And they don't really have a choice in the existing environment. So we're faced with an unfair solution today, because if we did leave it to pan out and pay off their debt, you'd end up with this massive shrinkage of the money supply and an absolute disaster. So either way, you can't implement either of those solutions of austerity or governments taking on the debt without a corresponding reform in the fundamental structure of how we get money to our people and how money is created.